And we are live. Hello, guys, and welcome to Jay and Toby's True Crime in the Morning. It's a little later than morning because, as you guys know, we're a couple hours later than usual today, so I do apologize. Hey to everyone in here. Cher, Marissa, Chris, Annie, Shells, anyone that I missed. A couple people, I believe, haven't talked yet in the chat, so we're not sure quite of everybody in here. But today on the show, we have a Minnesota dad killed his own daughter, 22 years old, by setting the home on fire after arguing about her plan to move out. A teacher accused of sexually abusing a middle school boy after befriending him through a video game. You are not safe anywhere or with anyone nowadays, it seems, unfortunately. 3 friends we talked about, I believe yesterday or the day before, that were killed in a Wisconsin bar shooting are ID'd as police reveal the shooter had been kicked out of the tavern. We have some TikTok stars and American Idol stars getting accused of crimes and assaults and all kinds of craziness. So it's going to be a heck of a show today. We got a lot of different stories. So welcome. If you are not familiar with what we do here, we are the sister show to the main Jason Hebert channel, where I interview the loved ones of missing persons and unsolved crimes in an effort to help spread awareness and bring justice. Also, we already have Friday and Saturday booked. I got about 6 more pending. I've said this for about a month now that I was trying to get the main channel back on track. We are just about back on track to where I finally worked out a system where I'm going to be having at least 5 interviews a week again. So it takes a heck of a lot of time, but I finally figured out a way to do it, especially with everything I have going on in my personal life. A couple good things coming together, I believe. So we're just about back to that main channel, going back to our nightly interviews. So look forward to that. This channel, however, is an extension to that program, but it works a bit differently. Here, instead of interviewing the subjects, we being me and the Tobster, our co-host Toby, instead take a look at the stories from a third-party perspective and give our own opinions of them, as well as communicating with you guys, the subscribers, through the chat in an effort to get to know you guys better. We're also going to be working on some of Marissa, Annie, and Watcher stories in pre-recorded videos. That's another thing I'm working on. So we have a lot of really cool things coming for both channels. With this show, we do raise money to support the efforts that are required to find the families that we interview on the main channel, so we can research their cases, promote the stories, and everything else that comes along with the time-intensive processes that have come to make up the nearly 125 interviews we have on our main channel. So we do appreciate anyone who can donate to support. So if you wish to do so, the link is in the description of this video, and it will be being posted throughout the show in the chat. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's up, brother? Mike, one of my childhood best friends. So I'll show you how that works with the credit in the chat. Also, anyone who donates gets our lovely, handsome co-host here a little surprise. It will get him a treat. All right, every donation gets him a treat. And for this first, we'll call it 140. It's 138, but we'll say it's 140. So for the first 10, 12 minutes, we call it the lightning round. Every donation that comes in gets him double treats. So just a little fun thing we do as incentive to promote support for the channel, to help us grow and help us keep building like we've been. As you know, we've been doing 1 to 2 interviews a week. We are just about back, guys. I promise you. It's going to be back to nightly interviews very shortly. So Friday and Saturday are already booked, and I'm working on the rest of the days. But I have way more pending. We just haven't locked down an exact date. Okay, so let me load. I got my news stories here loaded. Let me load up the main account here so that when you guys do donate, I will know instantly. Because sometimes the emails don't come in. So I just want to make sure I can give you your proper credit, and the show can move right along as we bounce from story to story while crediting you guys. Speaking of crediting you guys, I said I was going to show you how that works. So it goes just like this. Knock on wood, Jason. Thank you, Marissa. So stream supporters. Right now you'll see N/A, as obviously nobody has donated just yet. I don't believe so anyway. And you'll see the link as well. Alrighty, so boom, just like that. Unfortunately, sometimes it covers Toby's face, but right where you see the N/A, that's where your name will go, as we credit you guys for the absolutely awesome supporters that you are with helping the channel. And that's how everyone will know. Like I said, every donation goes towards the time that it takes, which is a lot of time, dozens of hours weekly, to finding all the families, interviewing them, promoting the stories, and all the behind the scenes stuff as well. I want to get into some of these stories. I don't know if I'm going to go into an incredible amount of depth on all of them, because we have like double the normal amount of stories. And like I said, we have American Idol stuff going on here, TikTok. So it's kind of a crazy day, you could say. Typically, when I go day to day, there aren't a ton of stories that load up, but today was different. But let's start with this one. So a Minnesota father killed his own daughter. Now she's 22 years old, which anybody passing is sad. But I have to say, it's almost a little refreshing to not have a story about a child, because I feel like lately 80% of the victims have been kids, like 4, 5, 6 years old. It's been really insane. And of course, when I say that, it's for anybody to have anything happen to them is absolutely awful. But I just mean it to say it's just kind of crazy when it's just child after child after child. It's like, how many people can hurt children? But this one, the victim's 22 years old. So her name's Jamie Newport. She died of smoke inhalation. So this was in 2019. But of course, he's just pled guilty. So a Minnesota father has pled guilty to setting a fire to a mobile home in 2019 with his daughter inside, which killed her, court records show, because of course it did. On Monday, John Newport, 48 years old, of Paynesville, Paynesville, pleaded guilty to one felony count of second-degree unintentional murder while committing a felony, court records show, according to the St. Cloud Times. His daughter, Jamie Newport, 22, of Paynesville, was killed in a fire he set after they got into an argument when she refused to drive him to the hardware store, and he began slamming things around. So first it said an argument about her moving out, but now it's saying that. So I'm guessing that's what led to her threatening to move out. Let's see. John was living with his daughter, who was paying the bills, court records show. Oh, so she was paying the bills, and then he kills her. Well, I guess that's why he didn't want her to move out, right? Jeez. Let's show this sicko, as well as this poor girl. Sounds like she didn't do too much wrong from everything I can see. But this is him. And this is the one who killed, of course, set the fire. And this is the daughter who was paying everything for her dad, helping him out, and he kills her. Talk about a worst dad of the year award. Okay, so during the argument, yes, Jamie said she was going to move out. Furious, John poured gasoline on her kittens. Come on. Which she called her babies and relied on to help her get through her depression. And then he set them on fire in front of her. Is this not the most awful story ever already? It just took a whole new turn. Doing it to your daughter's bad enough, but she's paying for everything. You torture her in front of her and kill the kittens. This is like worst story ever. I know my audience is going to hate this because we are a bunch of animal lovers around here. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Don't flatter yourself. Sorry, Toby. Oh, boy. I know. Watcher, I knew you were going to say something. Watcher says, no, I can't. No. Tell me about it, right? So this sicko sets fire to the kittens. I want to see, how could she not get out? Did he physically prevent her? She said she had to save her kittens, which compromised her ability to flee the fire. So she was trying to save the kittens. How sad. Firefighters found her in the bathtub with the shower running. She was trying to put the fires out on the cats. Wow. She died of smoke inhalation. Huh. She probably just passed out while running the shower to save the cats. John had initially pled not guilty in the case. In 2019, prosecutors filed a motion seeking an extended sentence, saying that the crime was committed with particular cruelty, which the court later allowed. As a result, the sentence is 36 months longer than the sentencing guidelines recommend. John entered the guilty plea on the day his trial was set to begin. In his plea agreement, John admitted to aggravating factors. He agreed to an aggravated sentence of 18 years in prison. Why is that not much longer? 18 years? Right, Chris? 18 years? You killed your daughter. I mean, that alone is life. Throw the cats on top of it. It just shows you're psycho. And to me, the cats, I mean, it's just as awful, don't get me wrong, but to me, that just says no parole, no chance of parole, because something is extremely wrong with you. But he gets 18 years for killing his own daughter? I mean, to me, that was completely intentional. He set a fire in his home. So you can't go with, oh, he was just harming the cats. He didn't know. No. You set fire to animals in your home, you know it's going to set the home on fire. I mean, I don't know that the home burnt down. It doesn't sound like it did, but come on. This poor girl trying to save her cats, huh? What a good, sweet girl trying to save her pets instead of just letting them die, and the poor thing dies because of it. Wow. So he remains held in the Stearns County Jail on $2 million bail. I hope he never gets out. And is scheduled to be sentenced on July 2nd. But I doubt this guy, if he's living in a trailer, so I doubt he has $200,000 to bond out. So thank God. This guy needs to never be out of prison. I can't believe it's even a possibility, honestly. Blows my mind. I can't believe it's not life. So I know in some states, they only have to do like half the time sometimes. This guy better not get out in 9-10 years. I swear to God, he better not be walking around the streets. But that's the end of that story. Talk about a zinger, huh? To start the show. Right. No discussion. Life sentence, no parole. See ya. You're an absolute psycho, burning down animals in a home with your children there. I mean, every part of that sentence is nuts. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left. If anybody wants to get Toby double treats in the lightning round, we do appreciate it. That's the link to do so. Just making sure everybody's aware of it, that's all. So our next story, this is sick. So this is a teacher in Texas. She's accused of sexually abusing a middle school boy, and she befriended him through a video game. Wonder what game is this? Not that it matters, because nowadays all these games, the kids can talk to each other. And they don't know if someone can come on, an adult can come on, be right in the conversation. You see it all the time on YouTube. And this was a female. So the alleged victim told, I believe anyways, right? I think it's a female. Name sounds like it's a female. I shouldn't say that until I know for sure. But the alleged victim told police he was first abused by Marka Lee Bodine soon after turning 13. Oh my God. Yep, it's a female. Why would this girl do this? Look at this girl. Would you ever think that this girl would be doing something like this to a 13-year-old boy? Like, this is just a completely normal middle America girl who I would imagine really doesn't have any problem getting a guy to have attention, pay attention to her. What are you doing with the 13-year-old boy? Unbelievable. And so I don't know if it was intentional, but she waited till he turned 13. Did she think that made something okay? 12 versus 13. What's the difference? I just don't believe it. I don't know. I shouldn't say this, but it's just so much odder to me when it's women, like, because it's usually guys, you know, you just kind of expect it to be, and it's sick and it's disgusting, but you were just so used to seeing that there's sick guys out there that do that. Once in a while, it's a woman, and it's like, what are you doing? You know, I don't know, because I don't know. It's like there are some guys who you know are just desperately lonely, and nobody on earth pays them any attention ever, and they just don't have the guts to approach anyone themselves. So it's like, you know, that whole situation, but it's like a halfway decent looking, fairly attractive girl, whatever, you know, pretty girl, whatever you want to call her. She has no trouble getting somebody. So what's the reasoning for this? It's just even odder when it's a female, and it's even more odder than that when it's a attractive female. I don't know. Not that matters. I'm not saying it makes it any better or worse what they look like, but it just makes it like you can't understand it as much, because you're like, it takes away the whole like super, super lonely soul lost on this earth angle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as sick as it is, you understand that when it happens, that it's usually some sicko who like had nobody and nobody ever paid them attention. But when it's like a normal girl like this, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't want to keep repeating myself. I think you get what I mean. Authorities in Texas have accused the former middle school teacher of sexually abusing a former student. So she knew him, okay? So she didn't meet him through the video game then. Investigators allege Marca Bodine, 31, started having sex with the boy in 2018, soon after his 13th birthday. Bodine was arrested on Saturday, 5 days after the now 16-year-old came forward with his allegations. So he finally came forward and told somebody. In a statement, the Tomball police confirmed charging Bodine with continuous sexual abuse of a child. She has yet to enter a plea to that charge and was released on $100,000 bond. So people was unable to reach her for comment, of course. She's going to be quiet until she has her sentencing. So Bodine allegedly told the principal a former student was harassing her. So she knew this was coming, I guess. He probably was saying to her, hey, I'm going to come forward with this. So she jumped on it and said, well, I'm going to make it look like he's harassing me and going to make this up. All right, bye, Cher. Sorry, hopefully I didn't make you leave. Take care. So according to the affidavit, the principal at Tomball Intermediate School contacted police after meeting with Bodine, one of the school's teachers. She allegedly, reports, KPRC reports that Bodine said the former student was making threats to hurt himself. In addition, she allegedly claimed he had somehow accessed private photos of her that he then manipulated. When they spoke to the former student, the boy alleged that Bodine had befriended him via an online video game. The two started texting and soon after began exchanging explicit images and videos. The affidavit alleges. So was he her former student or did she meet him on the game? Or was he her student and then they lost touch and then she got back in touch with him through the game or something? I don't understand. This story is a little unclear to me. Am I the only one that's a bit confused here? So the alleged victim told detectives the two first had sex shortly after he turned 13 and that the abuse continued for more than 2 years. The former student also alleged the two had sex in her classroom and her car several times. So yeah, he was in her classroom. Why does it say they befriended her through a game? I don't get it. So according to the affidavit, Bodine confessed during interviews with the police. So she has confessed. Allegedly, anyway. In a statement, Tomball Independent School District officials said Bodine was placed on administrative leave as soon as the allegations came to light, and she then resigned. Which means they told her, get the hell out of here. We don't want you here. We're going to do you a favor and let you resign, but get out of here. And I don't blame them. Bye, Cher. Is everything okay? What's up, Anon? All right, guys. Let me just finish setting something up real quick. Just checking on one thing. How you doing, Toby? Toby just sitting here hanging out with us. Just chilling out, relaxing, acting all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of the pool. Fresh Prince style. Am I right, Tobster? Quiet chat today, huh? Hopefully I didn't say something to upset you, Cher. She didn't respond when I asked. I don't think so. Cher is awesome. All right, guys, so 3 friends are killed in a Wisconsin bar shooting. You guys probably know the story if you watch the show daily. We covered this just the other day. They were finally ID'd, and police revealed the suspect was kicked out of the tavern. We were wondering why these shots started. So people ran screaming and ducked for cover as shots rang out in a busy tavern in Kenosha County, Wisconsin, early Sunday morning. So a man who was asked to leave a Wisconsin tavern Saturday night because he'd been uncooperative allegedly returned to the busy night spot and opened fire, killing 3 men who were friends and wounding at least 3 others, say authorities. Give me 1 sec, guys. I got to run off camera for 1 second. Watchers driving. Okay. No, I just hope Cher's not upset about something. Just give me a sec, guys. I promise I'll be right back. Okay. Just give me a minute. Hey, Junie. Welcome, my friend. We have our first donation coming in. Oh, wow. Okay. The person in the chat, do you want me to say the name you donated under the first name, or do you have a different chat name? Just let me know. I'll give you a couple minutes. If you're in the chat and you want me to use your chat name, you can just say, just use this name. I just want to make sure. Only because I've never credited someone under that name, so I just want to make sure, that's all. I've seen your name before, but I know I've never credited you under that name. I think you told me to use a different name before, so I'm just double checking. But we do have our first donation, so let's give Toby his treats while we wait for this person to respond. If we don't hear shortly, then I will use the name donated under. Yeah, she said ta-ta for now, I know. But it was just kind of abrupt, and then I said, oh, hopefully I didn't say anything. And I just kind of expected her to say, oh, no. So I don't know. Hopefully I didn't say something. But Cher's awesome. I've interviewed her, and she's a good friend, so I don't think she's mad about anything. I just like to be sure. All right, you got to say thank you to who is so far our mystery donor. We know who it is, but we're going to wait to announce it. So is there anybody in the chat right now that's donated that doesn't want me to use that name, only because I've never made that name public before, so I'm just being super safe in case you don't want it public? Yeah, she said take care. I said, no, that sounded like a final goodbye. I was like, is everything okay? And she said, take care, Jason. I was like, ah. That's what I hate about text. That's why I'm not a texter. Everything always, you can't get the context of what people are saying. It always sounds negative to me. I just have that kind of mind, I guess. All right, but we don't have anybody. The person who's donated hasn't. Okay. I see. I thought this was that. Okay, so tiramisu. I thought this might be you. So we have a $20 donation from tiramisu. Oh, dang it. I didn't. 1 second, guys. Wasn't you today? Okay. Tiramisu coming through with $20. Thank you so much, tiramisu. I thought that was the name we used before, but I wanted to make sure, so thank you. Thank you so much. Our first donation for $20 comes in from tiramisu. Thank you so much, sir. All right. So again, guys, if you're just joining us, the main channel is getting up and rocking. I already have Friday and Saturday booked for interviews. I have 6 more pending, so we're going to try to get every day this week booked up. Once I do, I'm going to work on getting 1 each day so I can just keep it running. Like that's what I was doing before. I was always a week ahead. So, I'd be on Monday. I'd have it booked through the following Sunday. And before I finished that Monday, I would get that next Monday booked. And then each day, but one a day. And that's how I was doing it every single day. I just got to get that week ahead. That's the hard part. And then I can do a daily one. And if we miss one here and there, no biggie. But as long as we're doing it most days, So just expect those interviews, guys. We're going to start rocking them out just like before. Here they come. Oh, we got one more donation before we get going from Junie. From the lovely Junie, who comes through with $10. Thank you so much, Junie. We super appreciate you here at Toby Studios, as he likes to call them. Toby today said, hey, when are we doing the Toby show? I said, hey, it's the Jay and Toby show. Come on, bro. He said, no, it's a Toby show. So say thank you, Junie. Thank you so much. Say thank you for the donation. No, I just care about the treat, man. But yeah, the main channel, guys, we're up and rolling now. I'm telling you, it's getting good. We got the interviews flying in. So I'm excited. They're not going to start till Friday because I wanted to leave a little buffer period. I don't want to do it where it's like I book one for tomorrow, then I got to work on that all day. So by the time the day after tomorrow comes, I got nothing. So it takes me another day or two to find one, So I just left like a week as a buffer period and started filling in the following week, and it's been working like a charm. So that's kind of my new strategy, what I'm going to be doing to keep us busy, because that's really what this channel is about, is those interviews. I love doing these morning shows too. We get to hang out and there's all kinds of benefits. Don't get me wrong, but we got to keep those interviews going. That's like the heart and soul of what we do here. So the victims in this nightclub shooting were Kevin Donaldson, 22, Cedric Gaston, 24, and Adkeen Stevenson, 26, all of Kenosha. They were killed in the shooting at Summers House Tavern in Summers, which is a village in Kenosha County. Sheriff David Best said at a press conference Monday, according to local ABC affiliate WLS-TV. So on Monday, the Sheriff's Department announced that 24-year-old Rikayo Alandis Vinson had been arrested in connection with the shooting. He's facing one count of first-degree intentional homicide with additional charges to follow pending further investigation, the Sheriff's Department said earlier on Monday in a media release. It's unclear whether he knew the victims previously. Whoa, this guy looks like he means some bad news in this picture anyway. Look at him. He looks like he's pretty PO'd at somebody. Maybe I'm saying that just because I know what he did already, but that's how he looks to me. Squinting his face and everything. Yeesh. Get kicked out of a nightclub and you come back and shoot it up. Like, what is wrong with you? So Vinson's being held at the Kenosha County Jail. He has not yet entered a plea, and it's not immediately known whether he has hired an attorney who can comment on his behalf. Well, if he was seen doing it and he's definitely guilty, then all I can say is see ya, pal. Good luck out there. Oh, good luck in there, I say. You want to go shooting harmless people just because you're having a bad day? I have zero sympathy for you. You don't know who you're going to hit there. Mothers, fathers, innocent people just trying to enjoy their day. What do you want me to say to you? Annie comes through. Says, oh, Toby needs his crunchy treats too. Oh my God, I just finished them today, Annie. I finished the Cinnamon Toast Crunch 2 days ago and the Reese's Puffs today. I'm sorry. I'll have it soon, though. Next time I go shopping, I'm getting both. He loves Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Reese's. So we will have his crunchy treat. Good call, though. I totally forgot about that. So this next donation, $5 from Annie, who is requesting a crunchy treat for Toby, but unfortunately I can't accommodate today. But I promise you shortly I will. Thank you for saying that, though, because actually I think it's the funniest thing ever when he gets the crunchy treats. It's pretty cute, right? Shame on me. I know. Just this morning, too. I killed him. There was a lot left, too, and I poured a big bowl for breakfast. I wasn't even thinking, why didn't I leave them? I'm almost positive I finished them. Say thank you to Annie. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, let me do. I'm almost positive there's none left, guys. Yeah, sorry, we got nothing crunchy. The only thing even close is crispy pizza bagel, which I have sitting there from when I was eating. Sorry, Ian. We'll get it. Oh, you want it too, huh? He's letting it be known. He likes Annie's idea. It's like, yeah, man, come on. I need my crunchy treats. Another completely useless. This looks. Wait a minute. Is this the same story? Let me read the names here. Give me 1 second, guys. We had a story just like this yesterday. Remember the mother and toddler who were killed by the boyfriend? I think this is the same story. It's not saying the names. Oh, no, it's a different name. Her name wasn't Peyton. Peyton Nicole Priest and her son Grayson Alexander Beckham. Yeah, this is wow. This is just like the story yesterday. A young mother and her toddler son killed. I didn't call up on my remote. No, I'm going to call right after this and on. I know. But luckily, I have a Nintendo Switch, and I've been watching YouTube on that. That's all I have for entertainment because I don't like to sit in this room when I'm not doing the show, just because it's like. First off, I got to be careful not to brush against the wall because the chair scrapes the wall. So it's just uncomfortable sitting up. The room's kind of cold. I like to just lay in the bed and relax on a chair, you know. So all I have is the Switch right now. It's the only thing I have for entertainment. But yeah, once I'm done with that Switch, so the Switch has kind of been distracting me is what I was about to say. So I haven't called yet, but as soon as I'm done with this, I was actually thinking that about 5 minutes ago. I am going to call and what do you call it? Get that remote going. All right, guys. Just making sure, see if anyone else came in and donated. So this poor girl. Well, let me show you her. So this is yet another mother and toddler, adorable little kid, killed by a boyfriend who then killed himself. And this girl, so she's pregnant as well. What a shame. A pregnant 23-year-old mother and her toddler son were fatally shot by the woman's husband early Sunday morning in a murder-suicide that took place in their Van Buren, Arkansas apartment, People confirms. Sergeant Jonathan Ware, the public information officer for the Van Buren Public Department, said during a televised press conference that a neighbor of the couple called 911 at about 12:40 a.m. The couple was Peyton and David Priest, claiming some of the bullets had come through the wall he shares with them. Whoa, talk about lucky. The gunshots followed an intense argument between the couple, the neighbor said. Officers arrived at the home and confirmed that at least 2 bullets had breached that shared wall. Police then entered the Priest apartment and immediately found the bodies of the young mother and a 2-year-old son, Grayson Alexander Beckham. David Priest, 24, was also inside the residence, still alive, but suffering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Here's the guy. What a shame. Doesn't look like some kind of psycho. I got to stop saying that because you can't tell like how people are by how they look. But it just always blows my mind when someone just looks like a completely normal. Like that looks like someone I'd be friends with. Just a normal kid. Doesn't have that crazy shark look in his eyes that we see sometimes that we talk about. But you never know. Gonna go clean your grandma's house? Oh, that's sweet. Always help out the elderly. You know, the grandparents. Unfortunately, my grandparents, every single one of them left when I was really, really young. The only one that made it even, I was 15 with my grandfather, so that was the oldest. But the other 3 were gone before I can even really have any memories of them. So if you still have your grandparents, make sure you treasure them. Take good care of them, including your parents, by the way. But yeah, please hit the like button and all that, guys. We do appreciate you. So he was transported to a Northwest Arkansas hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Of course, from his self-inflicted gunshot wound. So good riddance to him if he's going to do something like that. Killing his own son. The mother and son both shot to death. What an innocent little face, huh? Right here. Can you imagine that? Look at this. And her looks like just a sweet, regular girl. Middle America. Young girl. He goes off and does something like that. We got to fix whatever it is in people that are causing them to do sick stuff like this. I don't even know what to say anymore. It just starts to feel repetitive, you know? It feels like the same few stories over and over again. A guy kills his wife and kid. Someone kills their own mother. Someone kills their own children. It's just always some crazy story. It's like, how many different things can you say, you know? So do you guys remember this story? We've been following this a lot on the show. There were 3 kids, 3 siblings, I believe. It's not very clear if they're siblings, but they definitely live together. 2 of them, one of them went missing September of last year, I think. Then one went missing in October, like a month apart. A 16 and a 14-year-old. Then an 8-year-old girl went missing. She was the 3rd sibling. So everyone thought they were together. You remember that, right? So the 8-year-old was found deceased. So that's where we stood on it. So we have another update on that case. So let's go forward to that one. So the girl's name is Taryn Summers. This is the 8-year-old. I don't think the 16 or 14-year-old have been found yet, but they have contacted family, at least before the 8-year-old was found. So we know that they are alive, or at least were for quite a while after leaving. So the grandmother said the Idaho girl, 8, had run away, but then the child's body was found in her car. So all we knew was, we didn't know that this was the grandmother before. We just knew that she was found on the property of a woman. That's all it said. Apparently this is her grandmother. Remember this? But this lady, we just covered this yesterday. So I'm going to see what the heck's going on here. Why didn't they tell us it was the grandmother yesterday? This is getting crazy, this story. So is this one of the relatives that the 16 and 14-year-old called? Because if it is, did they really call her, or did she hurt them too? Do you know what I'm getting at here? What's going on with this case? Hey, Angela. Hey there in snowy Wyoming. But I'm getting extremely concerned. Oh, wait a minute. I have the old. Sorry, I only have the stream supporters. I got the old one up. Let me put the new one up. Boom. Sorry, guys. I didn't have Junie and Annie on there. Sorry about that. Do you know what I'm talking about? Remember this? So the 16 and 14-year-old said they had contacted relatives. That's what it said. But the 8-year-old disappears. Now she's found dead. It said she was found with some woman. So now that's the grandmother. So is this the same lady that's reporting she talked to the 16 and 14-year-old? Because did she really? If she's responsible for this 8-year-old, what is going on with this case? I'm in shock here. So let's read this. So the body of a missing Idaho 8-year-old was discovered last week inside a garbage bag. We didn't know this. So she's in a garbage bag in the back seat of her grandmother's car. All we heard was she was on her property. We didn't even know it was her grandmother. And authorities have filed charges against the grandmother. According to court documents obtained by KTVB TV, credit to them, 54-year-old Connie Ann Smith of Emmett, Idaho, called police on April 12th to report that her granddaughter, Taryn Summers, had run away. You report that your granddaughter ran away and you have her in a trash bag in your back seat? When police arrived at Smith's home, they noticed that part of the carpet in the girl's bedroom was missing. Smith allegedly told them that she had removed part of the carpet and burned it because the girl had defecated on it. After a search of the surrounding area, forensic crews returned to the home on April 14th. They allegedly found a spot of blood on Taryn's wall. So carpet missing, blood on the wall. Police aren't stupid. They have a pretty good idea of what could have happened here. So they started looking around. Yeah, watch her. This is getting crazy, this one. Really crazy. Every day there's a new detail in this story that totally transforms this case. But where are the 16 and 14-year-old? Did she do something to them too? I want to know this. According to the probable cause affidavit, authorities then discovered Taryn's body in a black plastic garbage bag on the floor of the back seat of a black Lexus. Investigators said that the little girl was covered with vomit. Wow. Smith was initially charged with first-degree murder, but is now instead charged with felony failure to notify a death and felony destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. Police say that more charges are forthcoming. I don't get why that was changed. How can they be so sure? They removed the murder charge. How do they know for sure? How did the girl end up in a trash bag in this woman's car? Like, what is going on here? Right, Angela? I don't know, Pokey. Something is seriously wrong with these people. So they charge her with murder because her granddaughter's dead in a bag in her car. Then they remove the murder charge. How are they so sure? This is the weirdest case. And where are these other kids? No one's even talking about it. The articles aren't even referenced. Here's the other two. Let me show you quick. Right here. So he disappeared first. She disappeared a month later. A few months later, her. And all I remember is it saying that these two have talked to relatives so that they believe them still alive. But now I want to know who those relatives were. I'm getting frustrated. So Taryn, along with, here we go, missing relatives Tristan, 16, and Taylor, 14, were all last seen in Emmett on separate dates, according to the Gem County Sheriff's Office, who added that all three lived in the same home. Tristan vanished in September of 2020, and Taylor disappeared in October. At the time, police said that Taryn may have been a runaway and that all three children might have been together. Smith's being held on an $800,000 bond. She has not yet entered a plea, and her attorney did not immediately return people's call for comment. It sounds to me like this family got rid of all these kids, right? I mean, what is going on with this family? Kids just keep vanishing into thin air? Like, what is going on? Oh, if I could only tell you how stressed out this case is making me. I'm seeing it constantly, and it's getting worse and worse. Let me see one thing, guys. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Oh, well, on a very separate side note, if you're into the TV show Stranger Things, it looks like Finn Wolfhard just confirmed a 2022 release date, which bums me out. It's not coming this year. That stinks. This is a long time for this show to come. The coronavirus killed this show. Oh, one of my favorite shows. Anyways, ignore me. So I'm going to breeze by these next couple ones quick. So TikTok star Bryce Hall. I'm not into TikTok. I don't know anything about the people that do it. I'm still learning who the YouTube people are, so forgive me. I'm a 70-year-old in a 37-year-old's body. But apparently he's being sued for assault and battery over an LA restaurant fight that was caught on camera. Apparently he punched the co-owner of a restaurant, Hernan Fernando, and says he suffered a broken hand, a bruised face, and pain from being punched in the ribs, neck, and back injuries. So this kid's loaded. He's a, TikTok, social media star kind of kid. So I'm sure the guy's going to play this way up and whatever, try to get money out of it. Anyway, so apparently that kid's in some trouble. All alleged, I don't know for sure. And the next story, I'm going to breeze by quick. American Idol contestant Cecil Ray Baker is charged with burglary and accused of physically abusing his ex. I don't know much about American Idol, about any of the newer seasons. I was a big fan when it first came out. I watched the Clay and Ruben season. I liked that one. That was a good show. And then a year or two after that, I met my girlfriend in line for that show in Florida. I was waiting in line for my friend to be a contestant. And I met who's now my ex, of course. It was a long time ago. But so that's the last time I watched American Idol was that year when I met her there. But anyway, so I'm not familiar with any of the ones that came season 4 or 5 and later. But whoever this guy is, Cecil Ray Baker, is facing charges of burglary of habitation with intent to commit assault. So he broke into his girlfriend Mariah Lopez's home. So he was a competitor in season 19. Wow, I didn't even know they went that long. That is crazy. He was released on bond of $15,000 that same day. He allegedly broke into Lopez's home after she refused to let him see her daughter, who he believes is his. Well, that sounds like a mess. So he believes it's his. I don't know if she believes that because she wouldn't let him see her. So Lopez told police that when the Idol contestant gained access into her residence, he pushed her to the ground and struck her in the face with a palm heel before leaving. Sounds like a bit of a psycho. So he broke in just to hit her. Lopez shared videos on TikTok on Sunday detailing the abuse she said she has experienced. Yet another TikTok. This is him performing there. I don't know. I'm assuming he's a good singer and all that, but got to get your anger under control there, my friend. Hitting women is not the thing. It's not going to get you anywhere fast except for in jail. So calm your ways. And if you do, and if you're a decent guy, I guess good luck with your singing career. But I don't know what else to say about that. We're going to finish up soon, guys. It's been a bit of a quiet day, but That's kind of how the show goes. A lot of you guys listen while doing other things, so we've come to expect that. But we're in the final 10 minutes for sure. So as you guys know, final lightning round. Any donations that come in go to Double Treats for the Tobster, although he's passed out sleeping. But if we can wake him up with a treat, he'd like that. Look at, he fell asleep. Can you believe that? He never falls asleep anymore, does he? Because he expects the treats. I can't believe it. He's gonna wake up and be like, "Oh no, I missed my treats. Did I sleep through the treats?" Anyways, if any donations come in the last 10 minutes or so, it will be double treats. As you know, we do a final lightning round at the end. So that's starting now as we go over our last story here. So you guys can start winding down the chat if you're talking to anyone, but it's a slow chat anyway. So final story, I got my allergies going too. A father and baby daughter die in a fire after being wrongly targeted in a possible retaliatory attack. So Isam Nagi Musla, I don't know if I'm saying that right, sorry, and his 1-year-old daughter, Aliyah Musla, who were identified by family, died in the fire that engulfed their house around 12:14 a.m. on Saturday. Wow, that is sad. Look at them. Looks like a sweet little dad and daughter couple here. Look at this baby. Ugh. Little birthday cupcake instead of a cake because she's so tiny. So very cute, but unfortunately not a cute story. Very, very sad. So a man and his daughter were killed in an arson fire in what is feared to be a horrific case of mistaken identity. So Musla and his 1-year-old daughter, Aliyah, who were identified to people by their family, died when their Oakland home was engulfed in flames around 12:14 a.m. on Saturday. 2 others were injured in the fire, the Oakland Police Department said. It is sad, his brother-in-law, Faisal Al-Sama, told people. Isam was a hard worker, a giving and nice guy. On Saturday, Musla ran back into the house after escaping to try to save Aliyah. That makes it even sadder. So he went to save his daughter, as well as his pregnant wife and disabled mother-in-law. Wow. A Launch Good campaign created to help support his family, says. I'm guessing that's like a GoFundMe. So if you want to look it up and help the family, it's a Launch Good. Just look up Launch Good, and his name is, let me spell it for you correctly, ESAM, middle name Nagi, last name Musleh. So that's them. Very sad. This is him and his daughter one last time. Yeah, awful, Annie. You know what? He died a hero, though. Died trying to save his family. Sounds like a good guy. You know, he's trying to save his daughter, mother-in-law, wife. I mean, geez, what more can he do? Unfortunately, didn't get any of them out, sounds like. Well, the other 2, the mother-in-law and wife, his pregnant wife, they were injured, so they didn't die. So I guess they did get out. Oh, God. Emergency responders found the bodies of Musla and his daughter next to each other. So he got to her. Then he must have just collapsed. Sad, guys. The father and the child were found together, Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong told the station. And it's really sad, but the father is a hero. He sacrificed his life. Too bad he couldn't get that baby girl out a window or something, huh? It's really sad that in our community that someone would do something so heinous as in setting a home on fire in the middle of the night and killing an innocent family. Let me tell you something. You ever want to play with fire and think that it's fun or cute or whatever you're doing that stupidity for, you better be prepared because you could very likely take somebody's life. Because you don't know who's in there. Even if you know it's empty, you don't know who's coming to try to stop the fire, how they're going to end up. So you could very easily kill one or multiple people. So don't do that stuff, kids. Usually that's kids. Not always. Sometimes you just get sick older people, but a lot of kids do arson. It's like I don't know, trying to be cool thing sometimes. I think it's cool, whatever. But either way, rest in peace to that poor man. And he died a hero trying to save his daughter. And it looks like he did save his pregnant wife and mother-in-law. So I hope rest in peace to them. And all right, guys, Toby wakes up at the very end. He's like, wait, no more treats? What? Sorry, buddy, you missed it. You slept too long. What do you want me to do? Those are the rules, bud. We don't make the rules. Yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It was arson. Yeah. That's sad. Told you I was at a 5-alarm fire before. Oh, that was arson, the one you were in? Wow. Oh, how stupid, huh? People setting fires. Because there's got to be some kids out there that said it thinking it was just going to be funny and, oh, cool, look what I did. That weren't even thinking they could kill someone, They need to know. I'm funny when I talk to Toby. I talk to him all day long like a weirdo. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for joining us. If anybody comes through and supports, we'll get it in the next show. We'll open up with it. Toby wants bacon. I know. He gets plenty. Don't worry. We give him plenty just on this. Actually, I don't give him many treats other than this show now because he gets so many here. Even today, he got 5 or 6 pieces. So I try not to give him too much. But yeah, if anybody else does support in the meantime, as soon as we start the show later today, or if I end up doing it later today or tomorrow morning, whenever the next show is, we'll count it then and we'll give him his treats. So he'll get them, right, buddy? He'll get them. He's like, yeah, I better. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you later today or tomorrow morning, depending on when some news comes in. Take care.